Hello, and welcome again to another day of classes. Today we're gonna start with the Unit 6 of the Interchange 5th edition Level 2, the Blue Book. Okay, and as always, we are gonna be starting with the language summary or the vocabulary for this lesson. Okay, so let's go right in. We're gonna start with some nouns. Chore. Chores are all of the housework, all of the things that you need to do in your house, like cleaning, washing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom and stuff. All of those tasks or things that you need to do in your house are called chores. Okay? So you do your chores. Expense. Expense or expenses, if it's plural, are the different things that you need to pay in every month. For example, every month you need to pay for electricity, gas, the insurance, water, etc. So those are your expenses. Groceries. Groceries are all of the food that you buy, okay, in a grocery store, so you can eat it. Guest. The guests are the people that go to the hotel to book in. Okay, so she is the front desk clerk, and they are the guests. Magazine. Magazines are all of the different type of sort of books that are not books. They are not. They don't have like a specific story or something like that, but they are usually aimed to a specific content. Maybe it can be a fashion magazine. They will be talking about fashion. This is not appropriate. It can be talking about technology. It can be talking about dogs, whatever. It's basically a type of content in a magazine. Mess. A mess is when everything is disorganized. For example, this room is a mess. You can see that nothing is in its place and everything is all over the place. Okay, staff. All the people employed by a particular organization. All of the employees of a company are the staff of the company. And you may have seen this if you went to a concert. So you can see some people with t-shirts saying staff because they work there. Okay? Stranger. A stranger in a particular place is someone who has never been there before. So if you have never been to, I don't know, Germany or the United Kingdom, there you will be a stranger. Trash. This is trash. All of the disposable things that, like food, when we finish eating it, the packaging, you just throw it. That's trash. Snoring. Grunting sound while asleep. That's when you're sleeping and you make sounds with your nose and mouth. And this kid is like really pissed off about this. That's called snoring. Or you can snore if it's a verb. Let's see some adjectives. Clumsy. Clumsy are the type of people that are always tripping. Like they're always falling, hitting themselves with something. They are walking on the street and they run into another person without wanting. That is clumsy. Maybe you want to grab a plate with different cups so you can serve to other people and you always throw it to the floor. That is being clumsy. Embarrassed. A feeling of self-consciousness, shame, or awkwardness. When you feel embarrassed is when you do something that makes you feel like, oh my god, why did I do that? Maybe you can feel embarrassed if you were talking bad about another person and that person listened to you. So you feel like, oh no. Or if you're clumsy and you're walking on the street and a lot of people see that you fell off and you tripped, then you will feel embarrassed. Loud. Loud is the opposite of quiet. It's a lot of noise. You can say that someone is loud. Unreasonable. Beyond the limits of acceptability or fairness. When something is unreasonable, it's because it's not reasonable. It's not just, it's unfair. Sure, completely confident that one is right. I'm 97% sure you don't like me, but I'm 100% sure I don't care. But yeah, Sure is when you're sure is when you are completely confident, you know for a fact you're sure you don't need to talk with anybody, you're sure. Okay? Tasty. It's related to food. It's having a pleasant, distinct flavor. For example, pizza is tasty. It tastes really good. Oversleep. Sleep longer or later than one intended. Imagine that you needed to wake up today at 8 o'clock. So you wake up at 10, 11, 1 p.m., then you overslept. Okay? Weird. Very strange and unusual, unexpected or not natural. Something weird is something that you're not expecting. Like this girl with a lot of hair in there. Oh my god, that is so gross. Let's continue. Let's see some verbs. Two verbs, or phrasal verbs, or two-part verbs. We're gonna be talking about that on today's grammar, so let's pay close attention to this. Two-word verbs or phrasal verbs are usually considered one of the hardest things in English, but you just need to remember the different meanings of them. Okay, so don't get discouraged. Oh, we're gonna be seeing this in a moment. This is the grammar for today. Okay, clean up. If you clean up a mess or clean up a place where there is a mess, you make things tidy and free of dirt again. For example, you remember the messy room that we saw before? You can clean up that room and you will be putting everything organized and clean and okay. Drive someone crazy is to upset, irritate, or annoy one to the point of distraction. Okay? Very good. When you drive someone crazy is when you make them feel really angry. You get under his skin. You make it feel really bad. Okay. Some phrasal verbs with go. This is why phrasal verbs are considered one of the hardest and most difficult things on the English because we have the verb go. So we know that go is going from, it's like you're in point A and you walk or drive or whatever to point B. You travel the distance, okay? But if you change the second word of the verb, you make a completely new verb, okay? So we have here go, but go away. To go away is to depart or leave a place. You're going, but from a place to the other, you're leaving, okay? Go about. It means to deal with something. Okay, for example, what's the best way to go about this? What's the best way to go about studying English? You're talking about how to deal with something. Okay, go across is to move to another side or a place. You can go across the street. Go after is to pursue in an attempt to catch another. Go after him. Oh, you look at him. Go after him and apologize. That is going specifically to a person or a thing. Go against is to violate, to breach, or to break, is to like break the rules. Okay? Go ahead is to start, to begin. Go along is to participate, to cooperate, to be like the others. Go around is to move or spread from person to person. Go forward is move clocks ahead. To move clocks ahead. It's like to move. Okay? To go forward. Go for is like try for or to attempt to reach, trying to do something, okay? Go down is to fall. If you went down, you're in the floor now. Okay? Go through, travel from one end of something to the other. If you go through something, you go from the beginning to the end. Go out, leave, especially a building. Okay? You can get out of my room, for example. You can go out through the back door. Go on, to continue in a tense. Go off, it's to explode. Okay, go into, get involved in, or to investigate or explore. As you can see, this is only with the verb go, and look at all of the different verbs and meanings that can be changed with just changing the second word that is called particle. Okay, so we know that we have multiple verbs, right? So the same happens with a lot of other verbs, and that's why it's thought as something really hard. But you just need to remember the different meaning And also, the most important thing is to understand the context of the conversation or the thing they're talking about to know what is the meaning of the phrasal verb. Okay, very good. The same that we have with look up, look ahead, look back, look forward, look forward to, look in, look on, look out, look round, look through. With the same verb look, we can have multiple phrasal verbs. Okay, you can look for something is to try to find something. Look forward to something is when you feel pleased and excited about something that is going to happen, or when you are expecting something for the future. Like when you say, "Oh, I look forward to being nice with you." That's what I am expecting. Look in is to visit a person or place for a short time. Look on is to watch something without taking part yourself. Look out is to watch what is happening and be careful. Look round is to turn to look at something behind you. Look through is to read something quickly and briefly. Look to is rely on somebody or something. Look up is find information in a book or a map or a timetable or internet or whatever. Look ahead is to think about what is going to happen in the future and make plans. And look back is to think about something that happened in the past. Okay? So it can have multiple meanings. But my best advice is to look on the context of what they are talking about to understand what is happening and what they are trying to say. Okay, always check the context. That will make your life easier. Okay, we have hang up is to place something like clothing on a hook or a hanger. To hang up, you can hang up a cloth. This I think it's a handkerchief. You can hang up your clothes, you can hang up your coat, etc. To hang up is to disconnect a phone call. The term is often used to mean to the end of the call in the middle of a conversation, but it can also mean to disconnect the call when it's finished. Okay? It's like saying, "Hey, you hang up on me." Like you close or disconnect the phone call while we were talking. Keep something clean is when you keep the things clean. You see, it's like with the context, you can already know what they are talking about. Okay, let something or someone out to allow someone or something to leave a place, especially by opening or a closed door or locked door. Who let the dogs out? Who? Who? That song is telling exactly that. Please don't let the cat out. Okay? No matter what it tells you. If you see this cat and help, cat needs air. That is fake. You cannot let the cat out. Okay? Or you cannot let, oh, well, they are letting this person out of a prison, I think. And with let is another one that we have multiple meanings, like let down, let in, let off, let on, let up, let pass, let out. You can stop the video right here to check the different meanings of each one of them, because if not, this video will be really long, okay? You can also stop the video here. Now you can see this part. Okay, let's continue. Look after. Look after is to take care of. When you look after a person, you are verifying and seeing and checking that everything with him or her, it's okay. Make sure to take a special care to do something. To make sure that you're gonna do. You remember sure? When you make sure is that when you become confident of something. Okay? Pick up after someone. To clean the mess created by someone else. So if you pick up after, this is a 3 words phrasal verb, okay? So you can have more than 2. It can be 2 or 3. Pick up after someone. It's to clean the mess created by some other person. For example, maybe another dog had this little problem right here, and this other dog is picking it up after another person, another dog, okay? Some other things with pick up. If you pick up a cold or other infectious illness, you get it from someone or something. He picked up malaria on holiday. If something picks up, it improves after a slow start or a bad period. Business had really picked up this year. If you pick up a new skill, you learn it easily or casually. Children pick up a second language very easily. As you can see here, this is what I'm telling you about the context, because we can know that pick up pick up means to take something that is from the floor and take it with you. But depending on the context, if you think of the action of picking up, then you can understand what is happening. For example, this sentence, he picked up malaria on a holiday. If we know that malaria is a disease, then we know that he started to have that disease. He picked up malaria. If we're talking about the business, if we say business has really picked up this year, then the context of the voice saying like in a good tone and also saying that the business has really picked up, so it was from the floor and going up, then we know that it's something good, that it's the business that is getting better. Children pick up a second language very easily. As the context, we can know that the children start learning the second language easily. Okay, everything is the context. So if you really start understanding the context, everything will be easy. The phrasal verbs will be easy for you. Okay? Put away. To put something in the place or container where it is usually kept. When you put away, for example, you can put away your clothes and you put it in the basket. You put away your toys and you put it in the box of toys. Okay? Another meaning for put away is to save money to spend or later or for a special purpose. As always, the same verb can have different meanings. What defines meaning is the context, okay? Take off. To remove something, especially a piece of clothing. When you take off your clothes, you take off a wallet, you take off your a wallet. No, I meant to say take off your watch. Okay. Take off can also mean the moment where an aircraft leaves the ground and begins to fly. You know, take off. It started being in a point and then it's not. Can be your clothes. Have to your clothes and stop being with you. And the airplane is with the floor and stop being with the floor. Okay? Everything is the context. Take out is to remove something from somewhere. Okay? Take out, for example, that's when you this is what I'm gonna say. Take out is to buy food in a restaurant and eat it somewhere else. You can have takeout food, so you go to the place, you pay for the thing, but you don't eat it in the place. Okay, so you take it out of the place, or you take it out of the hands of the baby. That's the thing. Context. Turn down for what? Okay, turn down is to saying, for example, no, I don't want that. I will not take that. Okay, for example, you can turn down a job offer. You can turn down the volume. Turn off. Please turn off your cell phone. To turn off is when a device or something it's on, it's working, and you make it stop working or stop functioning. Okay. Turn on. To turn on is the opposite of turn off. You can turn off the lights and you can turn on the lights. Throw out is the same as throw away. To get rid of something or someone. Some other words. Admit. To agree that something is true, especially unwilling, okay? Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. When you admit is when you say, okay, yes, this happened, it was me, I killed the person, I'm going to jail now. Okay, that is to admit. Apologize. When you apologize is when you ask for forgiveness. When you say to a person like, hey, look, I'm sorry what I did, it wasn't good, I apologize. Please forgive me. Bother. To take the trouble to do something. To bother can be like to have to, for example, what this little kid is doing to this other kid. He's about to cry. She is bothering him. So she's making fun of him. Okay. For example, this guy is going to bother this girl with their hair. That is bad, Jimmy. You're gonna go to jail. Okay. Criticize. To indicate the faults of something or someone in a disapproving way. You can do anything. Oh my god, that's not a good way to tell your kids. He's gonna have problems in the future. He's gonna be traumatized. Okay, but yeah, to criticize is to say all of the different points that are bad in something or someone's doing. Like for example, if a movie you can see that it has a lot of faults, a lot of problems, a lot of inconsistencies in the story, then you can criticize it and say all of them in a review or in a video or something, and you will be. That's why they are called critics, the people that review movies. To gain weight in this case. You are slim, you're skinny, and then you start gaining weight. So you go, whoop, 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 and now you're like this. You used to be like this, now you're like this. This kid has problems. He was fine. Okay, lend. Grant to someone the use of something on the understanding that it will be returned. Basically, I give it to you for a moment, but you need to give it to me back later. Okay, you can lend money, so in there you need to give me the money again, or it can be with a pencil, it can be with a phone, with whatever. Okay, when you lend is when it's yours and you give it to another person, and when you borrow is when it's from the other person and you take it for you, but you need to give it back. Lock. To fasten or secure a door, window, building, etc. by the operation of a lock of locks. A lock of locks or locks. Okay, so when you lock is when you stop, like, to in this room, for example, we have this doorknob, and if you lock it, then nobody can come in. If you have this door and you put a lock, then nobody can come. Nobody can come in. Okay, so that's its lock. Mind. When you mind is to be distressed, annoyed, or worried by. It's like when we say, like, do you mind? It's like saying, like, it bothers you, it annoys you, it makes you feel bad if I do this. Like when we say, would you mind if I take 50 pesos out of you? Yes, I would mind because I need those 50 pesos. Okay. Realize. To become fully aware of something as a fact, understanding clearly. Okay. To realize is to start understanding something. Refuse. It's like decline. You say, "Oh no, it's thank you, but I am on a diet. I won't eat that ice cream even though it looks delicious." Respect is to admire someone or something deeply as a result of their abilities, qualities, or achievements. When you respect someone, you look up to them. Okay? You see, that's a phrasal verb. It's like you feel like, oh my god, this person is so good. I would like to be like this person in the future, etc., etc. To text. When you text, you talk in a chat with someone. You can text on your phone, you can text on a computer, etc. Okay? Very good. Now, that's all of the grammar for today. Now we're going to be continuing with the part of the book. Okay? So here we have the unit 6. Sure, I'll do it. Okay? In this unit, so in this video and the next video, we're going to be discussing common complaints, make and respond to requests, and know how to apologize. We need to apologize, people, so it's really necessary. Very good. But to start, we're going to be talking about the complaints, family complaints, things that happen in our family that makes us feel like angry or annoyed or different things. Let's see some of those family complaints. We never had dinner together as a family. That is a complaint, and it's real true, because usually people don't eat with their family anymore, and if they do, they are like this. They use the cell phone a lot. Okay. Everybody is always arguing about housework. You remember the chores? Nobody wanted to do the chores. They say, no, it's not my turn. It's his turn to wash the dishes. No, it's mine. So everybody's always arguing about it. My daughter never takes her headphones off. My father criticizes everything I do. That is true for some people. Okay. My husband never helps around the house. This is sad, but it is also true. All of the husbands and all of the people in a house should contribute to the house work because everybody lives there. Okay. My kids are always texting their friends. Okay. My mother often calls me late at night. My parents don't respect my privacy. My brother never puts his phone away. My wife always brings work home on weekends. Interesting. What some of these feel like they're actually okay complaints, like we never have dinner together as a family. That is a complaint, but something like, I don't know, my mother often calls me late at night. It's not so, it's not so bad. You just need to talk about it with her, and that's it. But anyways, do you have any other family complaints? You can comment them down below, okay? But now let's continue. Let's see this conversation. Well, let's see and listen. Let's read and listen this conversation. Okay, it's called "I'll turn it off." And if you notice here, turn it off. This is a phrasal verb. How many words these phrasal verbs have? Do you think it's 2? Do you think it's 3? Turn it off. If your answer is 2, you are correct. The phrasal verb is turn off, but it is a pronoun, and we're gonna be talking about that in just a moment in the grammar focus for today. Okay, but to start, notice of all of the uses of phrasal verbs that they use here in the conversation, like turn down, etc. And also listen. We're gonna be listening to part A and part B, and in part B, we're gonna answer this question: what complaints do Nolan and Rodrigo have about Ken? Okay, so now let's listen.
Unit 6. Sure, I'll do it. Page 36. Exercise 2. Conversation. I'll turn it off. Part A. Listen and practice.
Please turn down the TV. I have to study.
I'm sorry. I'll turn it down.
It's still too loud.
All right, I'll turn it off. I'll go watch the show in my room.
Thanks.
No problem.
This place is such a mess. Rodrigo, your clothes are all over the place.
They're not mine. And these books are yours, actually. Why don't you put them away?
I'm sorry. I guess I'm kind of nervous about my exam tomorrow.
That's okay. I know how you feel. Those exams drive me crazy, too.
Page 36. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What complaints do Nolan and Rodrigo have about Ken?
Whose clothes are these anyway?
They must be Ken's. He never puts his clothes away.
He never puts anything away, you mean? He's so messy. There was a pile of dirty dishes in the sink this morning. He just leaves them there. He never washes his dishes.
We have to sit down and find a way to divide the work around here. We are all messy and lazy, actually.
You know what? I'm beginning to miss home.
Okay, very good. I hope that you find the answer, that you listen to the answer. If not, you can go back in the video, okay? But let's check. What complaints do Nolan and Rodrigo have about Ken? Well, Ken never puts his clothes away, and he never does the dishes. Put his clothes away. Is this a phrasal verb? Yes, it is. What is the phrasal verb? If your answer is put away or put away, that is correct. His clothes. But what's happening here? How can we use the phrasal verbs in a correct way? That is exactly what we're gonna be seeing right now, okay? So here we have the grammar focus for today. 2-part verbs will for responding to a request. Okay, so here we have the phrasal verbs or 2-part verbs. But as always, we can have some more info about this. Okay, so here we have what we skipped a couple of minutes ago. This is the same thing that is in the book with some extra things about this. Okay, so to start with this, when we have 2 or 3-part verbs, also known as phrasal verbs, we need to know that the 2-part verbs are verb and a particle, okay? So if the verb is turn, the word that makes the second part of the verb down, it's a particle, okay? So if we have put away, put is the verb and away is the particle. That is something to remember. For example, clean up, clean is the verb and up is the particle. Drive crazy, or drive someone drive crazy, drive is the verb and crazy is the particle, okay? So we have the main verb, that is the first word, clean, drive, go, and the particle, that is the word that follows up and can be changed. Clean up, drive crazy, go, away, about, around, along. All of those are particles. Away, about, around, along, ahead, against, after, across, etc. Okay, very good. That to start. And we can use the 2-part verbs in 2 different ways. we can use it with nouns, talking about things, and with pronouns, okay? And something to remember here, let's go with this. With pronouns, we start the verb we start with the verb turn, then we have the pronoun I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and then the particle. So we would say turn it down, put them away, okay? You can never put the pronoun at the end. The pronoun is always in the middle. This never changes. You will never see turn down it, that is incorrect. You can never say put away them, that is incorrect, okay? So with pronouns, it's always in the middle. Turn it down, put them away, okay? That's why here, drive him crazy, drive her crazy, etc. Okay, very good. But with nouns, we can have it both in the middle, here, turn the TV down, or at the end, turn down the TV. That's why we say turn down for what? Okay, but yeah, with nouns can be both in the middle and at the end. Both of them are correct, okay? So you just need to remember, if it's pronoun, in the middle only. If it's nouns, in the middle, at the end, okay, but never at the beginning, okay? We always start with the verb. So we can say, turn down the TV, or turn the TV down. Put away your books, or put your books away. Clean up a mess, clean a mess up, okay? Very good. So this is the only thing that you need to remember about the phrasal verbs and how to use it. You just need to remember what is the meaning of the phrasal verb, what is the definition, how can you use it, and then notice if you're going to use a noun or a pronoun. If it's a pronoun, always in the middle. If it's a noun, in the middle or at the end. Both of them are correct. Turn down the TV, turn the TV down. Put away your books, put your books away. Real easy. And also, we have requests and responses. If someone requests you something, you can use will, that is this, I'll, or it's the same as I will. You can use will to respond the request, okay? Please turn down the music. Hey, turn down the music, or turn the music down, okay? So you will say, okay, I will or I'll turn it down. You use will to answer the request, to respond the request. Put away your books, okay? Or put your books away, please. All right, I'll put them away, okay? That is the only thing to remember. That with the two-part verbs, with nouns, you can put it at the end or the middle, and with pronouns, it's always in the middle, and then you can use will to respond to request, okay? I'm sorry if I repeat myself too much, but it's because it's really easy. Okay, let's see these other parts. If the object of a two-part verb is a noun, the noun can become before or after the particle. You see, this is the particle, down, before the particle, TV, the TV, down, or after the particle, down, the TV. That's what we said. Take out the trash, take the trash out. If the object is a pronoun, the pronoun must come before the particle. Take it out, never take out it. Okay, what we said, always in the middle, before the particle. Very good. I hope that you understand this. This is really, really, really easy. So I hope that you will have no problems with this. Okay, so here we have a small exercise. Oh, sorry. A small exercise about the two-part verbs that is quite easy. You're just gonna complete the requests with these words. Your boots, the TV, the socks, the light, your jacket, the magazine, the cat, the music, the trash, the yard. Okay? And here we have turn the lights off, please, turn on, please, etc., etc. You're gonna be completing with the correct word here. And you can check how to answer, what is you need to answer by looking at this image, okay? So take your time to complete this, and when you finish, we're gonna check, okay? Now you finished? Let's check. So we can have turn the music, the TV, or the lights off, please. Turn the music, the TV, or the lights on, please. Either of these three can work. Please turn the music, the TV, or the lights down. Pick up your socks, the magazine, your jacket, your boots, please. If you have any of these, it's correct. Please put your socks, the magazines, your jacket, your boots away. Hang your jacket up. please. You can only have jacket here, your jacket. Please take your boots, your jacket off. Clean the yard, your boots, or the room, please. The room up, please. Please take the trash out. That is only the one thing that you can answer. And please let the cat out. Ooh, let the dogs out. Okay, very good. Now, let's continue with the pronunciation in how we stress our voices in the two-part verbs, okay? So, listen and practice. Both words in the two-part verbs receive equal stress, okay? So, notice how when you mention the verb and the particle, both of them have the same stress, okay? So, let's listen and then we're gonna practice, okay? Let's listen.
Page 37. Exercise 4. Pronunciation. Stress in two-part verbs. Part A. Listen and practice. Both words in a two-part verb receive equal stress.
Pick up your things. Turn off the light. Pick your things up. Turn the light off. Pick them up. Turn it off.
Okay, very good. Do you notice? Here we have the verb and here we have the particle. Both of them have the same stress. Pick up your things. Pick up your things. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Both the verb and the particle are equally stressed. The same here. Pick your things up. Here is the verb and here is the particle. Pick up. So we have the same stress. Pick your things up. Turn the light off. Since this is the noun, what we're talking about, it has also a good stress. But as we can see here, it's not always necessary. Pick them up. Pick them up. Turn it off. Turn it off. Okay? Very good. I hope that you understand that part. Now, let's continue. Now here we have a word power. This is one of the last things for today. You're gonna find a phrase that is usually paired with each two-part verb. Some phrases go with more than one verb, okay? And then you're gonna add one more for each verb. So we have the garbage, the magazine, the grocery, the mess, the microwave, the towels, your coat, your laptop, and we have clean up, hang up, pick up, put away, take out, throw out, turn off, and turn on, okay? So you're gonna take your time to write each one of these things in the correct phrasal verb, after the correct phrasal verb, and also you can think of different options that can be used here as well, okay? So take your time to complete this, and then we're gonna check, okay? So if you finish, let's check. You can say, clean up the garbage, clean up the mess, or clean up the kitchen. Hang up the towels, hang up your coat, hang up his shirt. Pick up the garbage, pick up the magazine, pick up the mess, pick up the towel, pick up your coat, pick up the socks. Put away the groceries, put away the magazines, put away the towels, put away your coat, your laptop, and your things. Take out the garbage, your laptop, and the dog. Throw out the garbage, the magazines, and the old food. Turn off or on the microwave, your laptop, or the lights. Okay? Very good. As you can see, we can use multiple things with each one of the phrasal verbs. Okay? Very good. And for the last thing for today, we have a listening. That is the last thing. Okay? You're going to listen to the results of a survey about family life. You're going to check the answer to each question. Sometimes more than one answer is possible. We have men, women, boys, and girls. And we have who is the messiest in the house, who does the most work in the kitchen, who does the general chores inside the house, the outside of the house, and who worries most about expenses, okay? So you're gonna listen and gonna check the correct answers, okay? So let's listen.
Page 38. Exercise 6. Listening. Helping around the house. Part A. Listen to the results of a survey about family life. Check the answer to each question. Sometimes more than one answer is possible.
Welcome to this week's program, Who Has It Harder?, where we'll take a look at the roles and responsibilities of men, women, boys, and girls in families. First, thanks to everyone who responded to our survey. Rob?
Thanks, Natalie. Later on in the program, we'll be taking your phone calls and talking to Dr. Harris, a family psychologist, who will answer your questions. And now for the results of the survey. Natalie?
Well, in response to the first question, who is the messiest in the house? The answer was boys. 85% of you said that your sons or brothers don't help much around the house. They don't pick up their things, don't hang up their clothes, and leave their clothes lying around.
Interesting. And what about the second question, Natalie? Who does most of the work in the kitchen?
Well, 84% of you answered women. Many of you also explained that the boys and men usually take out the garbage. The girls and women tend to cook, do the dishes, and clean up. Both boys and girls put the groceries away.
And what about general chores inside and outside the house, Natalie?
Well, according to our results, women usually clean up inside the house, while men usually clean up the yard. Both men and women contribute here, it seems.
That's good that everyone helps out. So what else do the men do?
Well, that's our next question. Who worries most about expenses? Our survey results indicate that men worry most about household expenses. One young man wrote to us saying, "My dad always tells my sister and me to turn off the lights if we're not in a room, not to spend so much time on the computer, to turn off the TV, well, everything really. I guess he's really worried about money." So, Rob, it appears dads worry the most about money.
Yes, very interesting. Well, now I'd like to introduce Dr. Harris.
Okay, very good. Now let's check the answers. Okay, so who is the messiest in the house is the boys. Who does most of the work in the kitchen? That's women. Who does the general chores inside and outside the house? Men and women. And who worries most about expenses? That's men. If you have those answers, you are correct. Now, you can go back on the video to listen again the audio if you need it, but let's answer this question. According to the survey, what specific chores do men, women, boys, and girls usually do? Okay? All of them. What are specific chores do they usually do? Okay? So after you listen again, let's check. Well, men take out the garbage, clean up the yard. Women cook, do the dishes, clean up inside the house. Boys put the groceries away, take out the garbage. And girls cook, do the dishes, clean up the kitchen, and put the groceries away. In my opinion, everyone should be doing the same things. Everyone, men and women and boys and girls, can take out the garbage. If you're able, your body is able to do it, you should do it too. Okay? Very good. But that is a discussion for another day. Well, that is everything for today. It was a really long class, but I hope that you understand the phrasal verbs and how it's used, and that you could learn a lot. Next class, we're going to be continuing with the rest of the unit 6, okay? So for now, that is everything. So see you in the next time. Bye.